Hey all, happy Small Business Saturday, or if you celebrated Black Friday or Thanksgiving, happy past holidays to those. Upcoming, we have Cyber Monday and Giving Tuesday. This is like marketing. This is like marketing big time right now. I've been super busy, but I wanted to let you know about a program. So if you're watching this from upstate New York, from St. Lawrence County or nearby counties, and you work with the local SBDC, you work with Michelle Collins or Jennifer McCluskey, who are awesome. And if you're not working with them, you should, because they're great. If you are working with them, we have a couple of free programs coming up. I wanted to let you know about a couple of which start next week. So even if you're watching this and not interested, if you know somebody who owns a small business in the greater Canton, Potsdam, Ogdensburg, Governor, like this region of the world, please share this with them because they might want to do it. So what we're doing right now is we are having what I'm calling working groups. So basically, if you think about it, we all have these things that we want to do for our business and sometimes they can be a little bit technical. And it's really hard to want to do them because, you think, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to figure that out. Or, I think we all need like a little bit of technical help and a little bit of accountability. So that's why we're doing these working groups. So we have two of these working groups that are running before the holidays, and they're going to end like December 10th-ish. So you'll still have time to enjoy the lead up to the holidays and not be working right up until then. And then we have some that are starting in 2021. Obviously, those are less pressing. You can think about those. But the two that are happening starting on Monday, and there's still room in both of them, by the way. So if you see this and want to do it, you should sign up. They're really great. One of them is about selling on Facebook and Instagram. So what does that mean? Well, if you have a Facebook or a page or an Instagram page or both, and you're looking to make money this holiday season, this is going to be where it's at. It's going to be a 3-week class. We meet during lunchtime, so like 12 to 1, 3 days a week up until December 10th. So it's like Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, noon to 1. And those of you who have ever seen me run a meeting know that I run things on time. You will be out by 1, I promise, because I take people's time pretty seriously when I am in charge of running the show. So if you already use Facebook and Instagram, what the heck do you need this class for? Well, first of all, if you are not using Facebook Business Manager, if this screen looks totally like, what is that to you? And you run a business, you need to come to this group. I basically setting up Facebook Business Manager. It's a little bit tricky. And the thing is, if you have somebody who's not super reputable set it up for you, they often set it up in their marketing company's name. I've dealt with 3 different companies that I've had to undo their work. The problem is when like someone sets it up with their marketing company's stuff, you don't have that data, they do. And you either have to take all the stuff, junk it and start over, or you're like kind of beholden to this organization. So normally what I do when I work with people is I have them make me a generic email address. So like media at or social at or info at, if they're not using that, the company name, and then I use that to set up all the accounts. That way, if I go poof or get hit by a bus, it's still available to everybody. Also, it is owned by the company because it is all associated with their email address, not mine. So anyway, things, Facebook marketing or Instagram marketing type things that you can do. One is you can set up actually shopping within Facebook and Instagram. So it's called Facebook Shops. They're kind of interesting. There's pros and cons, depends on the thing. And then what I have on here is what's called a Remarketing Pixel. So a Remarketing Pixel is a little snippet of code you can put on your website, and it tracks who comes to your website, and it also tracks people who've taken specific actions on your website. So if you want to take out a Facebook ad to everybody who's added stuff to the cart but hasn't finished checking out, this is where the Remarketing Pixel comes in. Obviously, you need to, so all these things are set up with the Facebook Business account. Facebook Business Manager, I think they renamed it to Facebook Business Suite or something. They recently changed the formatting of everything, so now I have to go retake all my screenshots. Thanks, Facebook. But point being is, it would be difficult to figure all this stuff out on your own. And it's also difficult to search for things that you don't necessarily know exist. So I'm in this stuff all day. I've helped set this up for multiple people. And what I can do with this small group is help you get Facebook Business Manager set up and help you run more effective ads if you're going to run ads, or help you actually sell things through Facebook. And there's a few different ways to do that. So if you're interested in selling on Facebook and you're a business or you want to do more sales because you're already doing that now, this is a good workshop for you to come to. So that's the first working group. Like I said, selling on Facebook and Instagram. It's going to meet for 3 weeks for 3 total hours a week. So and the goal with each one of these, by the way, is there's a set outcome. So my goal with participants here is to go over setting up Facebook Business Manager. So it's associated with the business owner's account, and to turn on the things that make the most sense in terms of generating revenue, and to help them generate $500 of revenue they wouldn't have generated otherwise with Facebook and Instagram. So I've got tons of tips and tricks. There'll be like a tad of homework in between, but not something more than like 20 minutes or something. It just could be that, we started the product catalog. So before next session, we're going to have you finish adding all your products to your product catalog. By the way, product catalog allows you to tag products on Instagram. So I'm sure you've seen that before, where you like click on something and it takes you to the website where you can buy it. You can totally do that as a small business. You don't need big fancy business money. You don't need big fancy business tech support to be able to do that. That's what these working groups are for. Now, the second working group is setting up an online payment form. So I love payment forms because they work for a lot of people, especially if you don't sell a lot of different kinds of product, or you need to take an open-ended amount of money. So I had a client who was just looking for a way that people could just send them a payment online. Obviously, I get it. We have Venmo and we have all these things. But if you've got some old school people and they're like, they want to pay their invoice, you can just send them to a form, have a user-generated price, put that a custom amount of money, and then pay with a credit card, and it comes, or PayPal, and it comes into your account. Obviously, this also works for nonprofits, for donation forms. If you think about it, basically, a donation form is a payment form that takes an open-ended amount of money. Now, lots of form software, in addition to letting us take a one-time payment, will also let us take recurring payments. So if you're considering doing a subscription box, some kind of membership, a payment form can work really well for you. So what I want to help people do in this particular group, and this will meet twice a week for 3 weeks, is set up an online payment form, connect it to an existing website, if that exists, and maybe do a little bit of marketing to get the first bit of money coming through. So whether you want to sell gift certificates, take donations, or like one of my old clients, she self-published a book. She had one book. Did she need a whole online shopping cart to buy one book? She did not. A payment form is perfectly suitable for selling books for that purpose. I had another client who sells 3 different kinds of sauces. That's it. So, could he need a cart at some point? Maybe. But at the beginning, did he need one to just sell 3 different sauces? No. So payment forms are really great. They're the unsung heroes. We use them here in Anchorspace. For basically our entire Anchorspace website is a series of payment forms. So for example, when you want to book the conference room, this is a payment form. You go in, and by the way, with our forms, if we make them, we can collect custom information. So if I ask for an email address, and you'll see I ask if people want to be on the email list. I only add them if they say yes. If they say no, or I'm already there, I make it not add them, but I can connect this to my email list. And so someone can automatically be added to our email list. I can also collect certain kinds of demographic information, like, what kind of business do you have? And if I'm going for some economic development type funding, I can show that different kinds of businesses use a co-working space. Not that that's surprising to any of you watching this, but some people it is. I can collect all kinds of very specific information, and then I can actually charge them a set amount of money based on how many hours they want to book for. So for the conference room, we charge hourly, and then after a certain amount of time, it's a price per day. So we can do some kind of specific kinds of calculations, or we can have conditional fields show up. So if someone says, I'm coming from this state and it's on the list of COVID states, I can ask them some additional information. Point being is that the payment form is great, but it's really great when you can customize it. And it's really great when it's online and ready to collect some money. And it's really great when it's open-ended. I had one nonprofit client that I set up a donation form for, and they got a $900 donation in late December. Now, if I would have forced this person in a drop-down to pick between $700, $500, $750, or $1,000, that person would have picked $750, and that nonprofit would have lost $150 that they didn't know they could have had. So I like keeping donation forms open-ended because it lets people put in the amount they want, and that might be even more than you want to ask them for. So if you're interested in doing these working groups, or if you know someone who is, the link on the website, I put it in the description of this video, but I'll also maybe add it other places too. Just go to Anchorspace and look for SBDC working groups, and you should be taken to this page. And these are the ones that are running sooner rather than later. And you can click this register button. It will collect your information, and then I'll be able to send you the Zoom link and all that stuff ahead of time. So all this to say is that if you are running a business and the technical stuff is really getting you down, I totally understand you. I've been there myself, and I'm more than happy to help. And what's really great is besides me, there's going to be other people in the working group who are trying to do a similar thing to you, and you can run ideas by each other. I mean, when I run these things, I always learn as much from the participants, I think, as they learn from me, maybe more. So the other people in the group are valuable. I'm there making sure things happen and helping you make the best kind of decisions for your business. I'm not here to sell you anything in particular. I have my biases, but I will tell you what they are as I am explaining things so that you can make your own decision. I believe there's more than one way to do anything, and there's lots of really good ways to do stuff. So I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm just here to help. I'm a teacher type. I used to be a teacher very briefly. High school, I know. Can you believe that? In another life, I could have been your high school science teacher. That would have been fun, but this is fun too. So again, my name is Nicole, and if you want to sign up for these, just go to Anchorspace and sign up for the SBDC working groups. So you're going to go to anchorspace.com/SBDC-working-groups. You will get to this page. You have to be working with the SBDC. But I'm sure that if you plan on working with them, they might let you in. And you obviously have to be in Northern New York. If you're watching this from somewhere else, I would love to run this with your regional SBDC or downtown organization, Chamber of Commerce, or other group that might like to run this. So these are going to be really good. The goal is, like I said, to actually get something done and to get something done together. Last weekend, I ran a workshop where we built 6 online stores with 6 local businesses all in one weekend. And it was intense. And, a couple of people emailed me and they said, I was really dreading this workshop, but you made it fun. And I finally got it done. And it was so inspiring to learn what everybody else was doing. And it really kept me motivated. So we're hoping that that same spirit can exist with these working groups as well. At least that's my goal. So please share this with small business owners or nonprofit directors that you know within and around St. Lawrence County, New York. And I hope to see some of you in our working groups coming up here this week. All right, take care.